Hey there, ISKU. I was asked to review one of the concepts I went over during the camp down in Georgia, and it's quite simple, but it can yield many hours of training possibilities. It has to do with doing working on your Bunkai for your kata. So all I did was, and again, this is just stuff that was taught to me by my instructors. So I call this the 1, 2, 3 drill. So how this works is you do each sequence in a kata with 1 being a technique, with 1 and 2 being a technique, and with 1, 2, and 3 being a technique. So as a basic example, let's do Pinan Sandan. The opening move here, okay? So this is 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up with a technique where that one thing ends the confrontation. So whatever it is somebody does to you, okay, punch, kick, grab, it doesn't really matter. You are going to do a textbook technique here, and that's the end of it. So now you got to start working. Okay, so where was the attack coming from? We start getting into our crossing hands principles. We start getting into what is the backhand doing? Okay, if this hand's doing this and this hand's doing this, what is this doing, and does that play a part in the technique? If this is the only thing you're doing to end the technique, then absolutely. Everything that you're doing is significant. So we went over some of the possibilities there. Then 2. Okay, so now 1, 2. Okay, you can break it down. You can make it just one of these as 1, or the entire sequence there is the second technique. Okay, so 1, 2. So now that sequence is the technique. Okay, so attack comes in, grab, whatever it may be, and you do boom, 1. That ends the technique. Okay. Then we have 3, and again, this can go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as long as you want it to. But then we start talking about 3, and 3 is typically, especially when you're talking about the Pinan kata, 3 is typically going to include the turn. Okay, and the basic rule when you're working on Bunkai, when you see a turn, and it's not a turn simply for the sake of changing direction and practicing the other side, when you're making it a significant turn, then you're usually involving a takedown or throw of some sort. Okay, very rarely are you going the other way because there's a second attacker. Okay, there are exceptions to the rule, but typically, if it's not just to do the other side and you have a direction change, then there's typically a throw or a takedown there. Okay, so now we're talking about 1, 2, 3, and that is the last technique. So whatever it is you did on the first 2 techniques, there's some sort of takedown, throw, off-balancing movement that we're going to utilize when applying the 3rd technique. And that's it. So you can apply it for any kata, begin anywhere you want, okay? But wherever you start, okay, if it's going to be here, okay, then this is 1, okay? Then 2, then 3. And it just gives you just countless scenarios to work on as you do your kata. Okay, so that's that. The write-up on it will be in the newsletter coming up, but this is just sort of a video review of what we did at the camp. So we'll see you next week with our next installment. From Livermore, California, have a great day.